All right. Well, hi, friends. Doc South here. Want to tell you, as well, almost every fall and spring, I look forward to doing a kind of a mini car show cruise afternoon, Sunday afternoon for the Wanderers Car Club, as they, for many years now, have been doing this food drive over at the Sussex Acme. Used to be the Sussex A&P a number of years ago. Now it's an Acme along Route 23 south of Sussex, New Jersey. This year in, fall of 2018, looks like we're going to be doing it on the 11th of November. That'll be this coming Sunday. Yes, I know. I wish I had the voice of the guy from Raceway Park. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Well, it's okay. I'm not quite as good as him at that. But you get my point. We're going to be having again, if the weather's nice like it is today, they'll have some hot rods out there for people to look at. They'll have me with my van full of records, playing some tunes, and the Wanderers will be asking people to donate money or buy some non-perishable food for the needy. Any money they get, I believe they give to. They either give the money to the food pantry, or I think now that the Sussex Food Pantry, I believe, has their own refrigeration unit now. Somehow they got one, and the Wanderers may go in and buy turkeys or whatever, and some perishable food as well, which is pretty cool. Wanderers are a good car club. They're always thinking of those less fortunate. They're amazing people. And it's my honor to be with them doing this food drive. Again, that'll be starting, I guess, mid-morning this Sunday, the 11th. And they go till about 2 o'clock. Sometimes you can just drop by. I know one guy dropped by. He dropped by to just to hand the Wanderers some money. Yeah, I think he gave them $100, which they were pretty tickled to get. That got a lot of turkeys. I believe the Acme. I don't know if they could give them a discount, but I think they found some ways to get a little more food out to those folks. It's a good thing to do. Good thing to do. Again, that's the Sussex Acme, Route 23 in Sussex, just south of Sussex, New Jersey. I love doing food drives. If you've got one cooking, and I can fit it into my schedule, I'll be happy to do it. You can pay me something if you want, or if your charity doesn't have the money to do so, I'll still do my best to do it. For the longest time, I did the Wanderers food drive for nothing, and then they said, "Doc, you're getting paid." I said, "But shut up. You're getting paid." "Okay, all right." And I can use it. Tell you the truth, yes, I can. Winter might be tough this year, but still, it's a lot tougher for people that got to. I knew of someone. I knew a lady. She's doing well now, but when she was little, she said her family was dirt poor, and to the point where for supper, sometimes mom would get out a can of it was Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and she'd have to dilute it something awful. Maybe throw a bouillon cube in to make it taste a little more like chicken instead of tap water. And they actually had to, she would divvy out the noodles. She'd have to feed four people with one can of soup. Can you imagine how that poor woman must have felt? Well, in any case, this lady eventually wound up doing quite well for herself. But she said, and she took care of her mom as well. But God, can you imagine? So, and it's actually the whole thing can bring you to tears. You think about it. I know this. I've told this story, but there was a time when, frankly, I was having a business that was kind of going kaput, and not my secondhand store, but another one. And my money was tight. It was tight, and actually things were a little rough, and I didn't. The kids and I were eating and all, but it wasn't necessarily the best. And they one day I come back to my apartment. I don't know. I was doing some work somewhere. Come back and on the inside steps of my place, there was like 10 bags of food, grocery bags. Yeah, and I look at that and I say, "Oh my heavens, what is this?" And I, I, I carried all the food up into my kitchen, and I laid it all there on the floor, and I looked at it, and I'm thinking, there was one person, the only person I could think of was someone who would have done such a thing, was a person that I could have been better to that person. I was I was thoughtless and very self-centered around that person, and and I looked at all that food and I thought of how I had treated them, and no one, like I said, no one would tell me. I had to guess, but I'm pretty sure I knew. And all of a sudden, boy, I must have stood there and cried for about a half hour, just regretting the rotten things I may have done to that person. And then pretty soon I'm counting all the other people in my life I may have been rotten to. And honestly, it just, seeing all that food just turned me around. I realized I got to start being better, and do this kind of thing, help other folks, or it's the right thing to do. But it honestly changed my life. That was one pivotal moment in my life, and helping the needy, helping them get along, helping them at Christmas maybe with toy drives and whatever you can do, clothing drives, to get to go up against the cold weather winter waiting for us. It's the thing to do, and it makes a difference. Yes, there's going to be some people say, "What? Couldn't you give me more?" But there's going to be a lot of people who are going to say, I'm going to pull myself up by the bootstraps. I'm going to get myself bootstraps. Boots have straps. Yeah. No, not Nikes. Yeah. Okay. Well, in any case, but all of a sudden, folks will say, I'm going the other direction. I'm going to start doing what I can. If I have to get an extra job, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to pull things together. By the way, that chicken noodle soup lady wound up being a very big businesswoman later in her life. Very good at running things, but she was dirt poor at one point. And I imagine people helping with food drives and all. She was always a very generous person. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, if you can, use me for a food drive or a toy drive for Christmas, I'll do them for free. I will accept money if you want to throw some my way. I can use it, but other than that, we won't worry so much about that. Okay. Anyway, I thought I'd say. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here to mention. No, let me just recap. I know a lot of supermarkets. The one I work for, I know they're doing things like food bags. You can donate a few bucks for every $10 they take in this way. A needy family gets a fairly good shopping bag full of well worth more than $10 of food. Yeah, it's one more little nice thing going out for the holiday season. If you can do that, you'll see. I know there was a lady at it was a competing supermarket. I interviewed her on the radio. I don't know if she still does this. I haven't heard. But here in Hackettstown, New Jersey, she used to do turkey dinners, and she started out with just one or two turkeys. She'd invite people to her home who were homeless or out of town for the holidays. said, "Come on, we're having Thanksgiving dinner," and it was the Thanksgiving dinner. This lady, I think, worked in the deli, so she knew her stuff, and she made Thanksgiving dinner, and I mean a whopper. And eventually, it started spreading to the point where people in her neighborhood had extra space or an extra stove. They'd cook a turkey for her. They'd be boiling potatoes. A restaurant, I think, eventually said, "Look, we're not open Thanksgiving. You know what to do in a kitchen. You just take care of the kitchen, leave it in good order, and bring your food in, cook it, feed the people." And I mean, it got to a point where 50 to 100 people were getting turkey dinner for Thanksgiving. And again, no thought of, I guess if someone wanted to donate, they could. But all in all, she just did this on her own. Bless her heart. Can you imagine? So again, it'll make you feel good to help the needy this time of year. And if you can, good for you. I'll see you at the Sussex food drive for the Wanderers. Again, it'll be at the Sussex Acme. Let's see, Route 23, just south of Sussex, New Jersey. If it's a nice day, you can sit around and look at all the cars. And also, a lot of times at Sussex Airport, a lot of the skydivers come out that time of, if it's a nice enough day. they'll come out and, they won't be parachuting into the parking lot. They got another spot. But it'd be kind of interesting if they did, though, wouldn't it? Well, it'd be a little hard to arrange. Okay. Anyway, I thought I'd say. I'll see you later, friends. Thank you and God bless. Bye now.